Hello and welcome to our weekly financial report brought to you by Q Prime. And here is what you need to know for this week.
By having a look on the economic calendar for this week, basically the week starts on Monday, the 21st of March. We don't have many economic releases to be announced. However, we should focus on both speeches from ECB President Christine Lagarde as well as the Federal Chairman Jerome Powell. They are both expected to deliver some speeches about the economic outlook for the central banks, usually during the next period, especially given the current geopolitical tensions and how this could basically affect the markets and the European as well as the US economies. Tomorrow, on Tuesday, the 22nd of March, basically we have another speech from Christine Lagarde, the ECB president. However, the more important one should be the one for today, because basically she's expected to give the same hints and the same economic outlook as well as comments that she will be giving today on Monday. So this is basically what we will be looking for. On Wednesday, basically the focus shifts to some important economic releases to be announced from the British economy, which comes basically from the CPI, or the Consumer Price Index year over year for the month of February. And this basically is the main indicator for the inflation at the current moment. We also have another speech from the Bank of England governor, who is Andrew Bailey. He's also expected to give some hints and comments about the recent 3 times rate hike by the Bank of England. We also have another speech from the Federal Chairman Jerome Powell. We have the annual budget release from the British economy, and we end the day with the new home sales for the month of February, as well as the crude oil inventories from the US economy. This is basically the weekly crude oil inventories, and it's also set to be on Wednesday. On Thursday, basically, we have another couple of important releases. On top of that comes the German Manufacturing Producer Managers Index for the month of March from the German economy. We also have the PMI numbers from the British economy for the month of February, which basically comes the composite, the manufacturing, as well as the services PMI. The EU Leaders Summit basically begins on Thursday and ends on Friday, so we have to follow the comments from for both those days from the EU Leaders Summit. We also on Thursday have the core durable goods orders for the month of February from the US economy, as well as the weekly initial jobless claims. We end the week with the retail sales from the British economy month over month for February, as well as the German IFO Business Climate Index. And we end the week on Friday with the pending home sales for the month of February from the US economy. By having a look on the charts, what do we expect to happen technically on the charts? Basically on the US dollar index, and after forming this brilliant impulsive move basically from the levels of 95 points roughly to the highs created around 99 points, this current stage is basically a correction phase, which still is able to hold the trading above the 38.20% Fibonacci level, which basically explains and demonstrates that the upward impulsive move was basically with a great bullish momentum. When we expect basically that this correction ends by creating a new higher high above the 99.40 levels, we will basically have a continuation of the upward trend on the dollar index during this week. Having a look on the gold trading, which is still able to hold the trading above the key support level that we mentioned, which is around $1910 per ounce. Basically, we are having this brilliant bullish price action from here. We will be waiting for a break, a confirmed break above the levels of 1950 during the week, and we'll be continuing the upward move back again to the levels of 2000 and above $2,000 per ounce during this week. Something that we really need to watch closely is the geopolitical tensions between Ukraine and Russia, because basically this affects the overall risk sentiment in the markets, which drives the gold prices either higher or lower. Having another look on the US crude oil, which basically seems as exactly the same chart on the gold trading, a brilliant impulsive move, a correction that basically stopped around the levels of 50% Fibonacci level, and we're yet again going higher. So the first target for the US crude oil during the week should be the levels of 114.85 roughly. The last thing that we need to check is basically the US Dow Jones. It is still basically in a bearish trend. It's basically able to create lower lows and lower highs. And this current formation on the US Dow Jones, despite it is a brilliant impulsive move, however, on the short time frame, we might expect an extended move to the upside. However, at the end, we will be waiting for a new lower high to be formed, because the high was created around 36,970. The other following high was 35,860 roughly. We will be waiting for a new lower high basically to short the US major indices back again to continue the bearish downtrend. However, this is something that we need to watch closely during this week.